Let me guess. You've been sitting on this dream of finally starting your consulting business, but every time you go to pull the trigger, your brain starts saying, I can't afford to do this. Do I have enough money saved? How will I know I can replace my income? Where will the money come from? I get it. I understand. Financial fear is very, very real, but it doesn't have to stop your freedom towards your dreams. In this video, I am walking you through the ultimate financial planning process so that you can finally stop evaluating whether or not you have enough money to build this dream and start creating the plan to get it done. And if you're serious and you want to know more, stick around to the end because I'm going to tell you how you can get access to my free Scratch to Freedom roadmap that will walk you through all the steps of starting this consulting business, including creating the financial plan that you deserve. So, let's get to work. Welcome back, my loves. Welcome to CPTV. Of course, I am CP, and I want to talk to you today about how we are going to create the financial plan to eliminate your fears and get you on the path to finally starting this business. And we've got to get started with the first things first. And this is a keep it real moment from CP. The real reason why you're feeling stuck financially. And it's not because you need a six-figure cushion. It is also probably not because you think I've got to save up for an entire year before I can actually push forward with this consulting business. It's only because you don't have a plan. In your mind, you can't conceptualize how you can actually get this done. Not having a plan, thinking through all the ideas, all of that stuff naturally triggers in us as human beings doubt. Doubt and lack of confidence. And when your brain is full of doubt and lack of confidence, you naturally become paralyzed. And when you become paralyzed, you become stuck and you procrastinate. So, half the battle of actually achieving your dream of starting this business and overcoming this fear of financial instability is creating a plan. So, I am going to actually walk you through how to create this plan and get away from this comfort zone or this safety net that doesn't really exist. Because if anything has shown us anything over the last few weeks, especially in this economy and in this market, corporations and the federal government are doing mass layoffs. And so the perceived safety net of having this job and I'm going to have this time and when I retire or when I have enough money or blah, 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 it's finally going to be time for me to start this business. The sign is very, very clear. The writing is on the wall. You may not have enough time. You may not be able to control how much time you have. You may have been loyal to this safety net or believing in this safety net that really isn't safe all of this time for no reason. So I want to make sure that you've got the financial plan and the process to creating the financial plan that you need to make sure that you are good to go to finally get started. Let's jump in. So the goal with this process is not to be reckless, all right? The goal isn't to be reckless. It is to be ready. And the first step in being ready, step number one, is to know your bare bones numbers. So when you're creating this financial plan, you've got to start with your personal finances. And a lot of folks out there, unfortunately, have no idea what they really need in order to be able to survive. We just get caught in this cycle of knowing kind of what bills come in and then whatever's left over, you kind of spend, 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 right? You have to know what you're actually spending. And I know a lot of people have a lot of apps on their phone, a lot of things, a lot of tools at their disposal that they're probably not using to really keep track of what their spending habits are. You've got to first understand what you're spending in order to figure out what your bare bones number is. And the bare bones number is the minimum that you need monthly to survive. That is the number that I want you to pinpoint. You've got to figure out what your rent is, your mortgage, food, utilities, things that you have to have in order to really survive in this world. Not the extra stuff, not the $100 dinners, not the expensive bottles of wine, not the, Amazon cart purchases, not the TikTok shop stuff, but to survive. You have to make sure that you understand what that number is because once you see what that survival number is, eliminating all the fluff, and you add in a bit of cushion, then you'll be like, okay, now I have an idea, right? Knowing is half the battle. Then you're going to move on to step number two, which is auditing your current income and expenses. In order to really get an idea of what this bare bone number is, But to also get an idea of what you really have coming in, you've got to do an audit. What is actually coming in now? And what are those sources that it's coming in from? What could you cut? What could you pause? Or what could you downgrade immediately? For instance, years ago, when I was starting my very first consulting business, I didn't have any idea what my real true expenses were. And so at the time, I decided to really begin to monitor. And so I pulled out my last 3 months of monthly statements from my bank because I did a lot of swiping and a lot of cash withdrawals. So the cash part was really hard to track. And then I kind of went through it and began adding it up. And I was absolutely shocked to realize that I was spending around $15 to $20 a day on lunch at my corporate job. Yes, I said $15 to $20 a day on lunch. That meant that in any given week, if I worked 5 days, I was spending $100. That meant at the end of a month, I was spending around $400. And if in any given month, normally there's 20 working days, it was actually 21 or 22, I was spending at the end of that 400 to sometimes $450 a month on lunch eating out. Not to mention that the lunch wasn't healthy. So at that point, and ever since, I made the shift to actually doing meal prep for my lunches and going to the grocery store and buying some stuff that I was actually cooking and saving a ton of money. My expenses for lunch went from 15 to $20 a day down to about $5 a day. Now, don't get me wrong, every now and then I would treat myself and still eat out, especially if it was a good fish fry Friday, because I love me some fish fry Fridays. But I was able to really pull back and realize that was an extra $400 a month coming out of my money that I was going to ultimately need if I wanted to push forward and really dive head first and be seriously committed to starting this business. That is something that you may uncover as well. I also uncovered that on average, going out, because once a week I'd go out with my friends or go on a date or go out with my then boyfriend, now husband, and we would probably spend between the two of us easily, 50, 80, even $100. Nowadays, with the prices being what they are, we spend a lot more, but we're not in the situation where we're trying to figure out if we can start a business. So between going out weekly and spending money out on drinks and food, and then also the lunch, I was able to find an extra $750 to $800 a month that I did not need to survive. And that $750 and $800 a month was an eye-opening experience. So step 2 is auditing your current income and expenses, coming to grips with what you're actually spending, identifying your financial runway so that you can quit. And if you do, you know how much wiggle room you have. Then I want you to move on to step number 3 in creating this financial plan so you can finally quit this job, or at least be ready in case they quit you. Step number 3 is that now that you've got an idea of your personal finances, it is time for you to get a really good understanding of what your business expenses are going to be. That means that you've got to create a 90-day launch budget. I actually encourage in my Scratch to Freedom framework, I walk you through, and also in my Consulting Startup Builders Club, I walk you through creating an annual budget, a yearly budget for your business. But really, you can get an idea of a 90-day budget and then take that and multiply it out so that you can get a good idea, because your launch costs are going to be a little bit higher than your ongoing business costs, because there's just some expenses that you'll only have when you're first starting the business. But you got to get a good idea of what those expenses look like. Your startup expenses are going to be things like, what's your business address going to cost? That's going to be an ongoing monthly expense. What's your business email going to cost? That's going to be an ongoing monthly expense. Startup is going to be a one-time, and then you're going to kind of pay for email management. Your domain, that's going to be an annual expense. Any software that you're going to need to use, that's going to probably be a monthly, or in some instances, an annual expense. Any training, any coaching, any supplies, a computer, or whatever it is, that you're going to ultimately need, you got to get a good idea of what those expenses are and create a business budget. Once you have that business budget in place, and ultimately being able to have a good idea of what the personal budget is, then you'll be able to move on to step number 4, which is a part of my favorite in this whole financial planning process. Step number 4 is to create your side hustle transition plan. Now, in my Scratch to Freedom framework, I teach very wholeheartedly about why I believe that you should, if you can, start your consulting business while you're still working your corporate job. And that's because you have an opportunity while you're doing that to create a transition plan. I'm also a big proponent of it because when you're doing that, you also have the ability to kind of start this consulting business as a side hustle, which is going to give you a really good idea of how much money you can ultimately make. It also builds your confidence, right? Because you haven't actually quit, so you still have kind of that security that you're looking for, but you also can kind of see how it's going to be possible for you to really grow this thing. And so when you started it as a side hustle, that in essence means building out your first product or service and package and offer, and then ultimately landing your first 1 to 3 paying clients before actually quitting your job. That's going to give you a good idea of, hey, if I actually quit this job and can do more than 1 to 3, what I can actually make. And trust me, your confidence goes through the roof because a big fear for everybody that I talk to is, I don't know if I can actually sell my stuff. I don't know if people will actually pay me for it. And I don't know if I can actually create a sustainable income for it. But when I started my first consulting business and I was doing it as a side hustle, let me tell you, those first 1 to 3 clients that I had, and the fact that I was able to walk away with like an extra 10 grand from 1 to 3 clients doing what I had already been doing. And I was like, holy crap, 10 grand? Like, I'm not making that a month here at this corporate gig. And I was able to kind of juggle 2 clients, I would say my first 1 to 3 in the first couple of months. And I was like, baby, 10 grand. Okay. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. And so it was a true confidence builder, but also gave me a really good idea of what I could potentially make and gave me a lot of confidence around the fact that I could not only replace my corporate income, but also get rid of all the drama and all the ridiculousness of working for somebody else and going all in and being able to do 1 to 3 clients a month instead of 1 to 3 clients in 90 days was going to be a game changer. And I could very easily see the writing on the wall about around how a 6-figure income, a 6-figure business, multiple 6-figure business could come to fruition a lot faster than I had assumed. So step 4 is to create that side hustle transition plan to go all in and make sure that when you're doing this, that you've got a good handle and you're developing those time management skills because it's going to be really important. I mean, I literally had to block off time in my calendar to make sure that I was allowing myself to really serve my clients and do this business as a side hustle. And so time management became a thing in there as well. So keep that in mind when you engage in step number 4. But step number 4 is my favorite because that's where the money actually starts to come in. And step number 5 in creating the ultimate financial plan so that you can transition into starting your own consulting business is identifying your income replacement goal. Yes, it actually goes all the way back to step number 1 and step number 2. You've got to kind of reverse engineer your goal. So once you have an idea of your bare bones number, what you actually need to have coming in every month in order to survive, then you have an idea of how much money you need and actually to run your business every single month. You're going to take those 2 numbers and you're going to add them together. So let's just say you uncover in your bare bones number that you need $5,000 a month to survive. Okay, $5,000. I'm not counting your pockets. It's just an example. Don't go all crazy in the comments, okay? Use common sense. It's a freaking example, boo. So you need $5,000 to survive, and you determined based upon your business budget that your business budget really is $1,000 a month. You're going to add those 2 together. That equals $6,000, right? Right. Now you've got an idea of I need to make $6,000 a month in order to be able to survive and go full-fledged, all in, full-time into my consulting business. Then you're going to take that $6,000 and reverse engineer that number. If your average contract for a client, because remember, you've already done the side hustle thing, you've already gotten your first 1 to 3 test clients, your side hustle clients. It's a great way to beta your packages and services and your pricing. It's a great way to test things out. And so let's just say that that $6,000 number, when you were doing your side hustle, you realize, my average consulting client is $3,000. Awesome. $6,000, $3,000 per contract. You reverse engineer it. That means I need 2 clients per month. That's your goal. 2 clients per month. If you want to increase your income and also scale up your business, act accordingly, right? So now if I get 3 clients a month at $3,000, I'm bringing in $9,000 per month. I can give my business an extra 1,000, give myself an extra 1,000, build in your own raises. Ain't got to wait for nobody to tell you about a 3% or 4% or even worse, 0% raise. And now you've got complete financial control over your destiny and your future. So step number 5 is to reverse engineer the money. Figure out a sales goal. Understand how many clients that you ultimately need to bring in order to hit that sales goal and get to work, my love. Make it happen. At that point, you become the CMO and you start marketing. I teach you how to do that in the Scratch to Freedom roadmap as well. So go ahead and get that done and move on to step number 6. Well, the next step. All right, so I've mentioned it a couple of times. I mentioned in the beginning, and I told you that I will let you know how to get access to my famous Scratch to Freedom roadmap. It is a free training that gives you the step-by-step of all the steps that you need in order to start and launch your very own consulting business from point A to point B, from idea all the way to getting your first clients. It is chock full. It is a brainchild of mine, and I actually took one of my #1 requested free PDFs and turned it into a full-fledged video training. And you can access the Scratch to Freedom roadmap by clicking the link below in the description. It's going to be in the comments. It's an amazing training. Everybody loves it. It is doing wonders, and it's going to give you a lot of insight to walking you through and handling that big problem that I hear entrepreneurs have that says, I can't start this consulting business because I don't know how to do it, and I don't know what steps to take, and I don't know what order to take the steps in. The Scratch to Freedom roadmap walks you all the way through that. So check out the training. And the bottom line from this video, my love, is the truth is you don't need a fancy spreadsheet, 6 months of savings to start your business. What you do need, however, is a plan. That's honest, that's simple, and that is ultimately going to be built for you. Starting your consulting business doesn't have to feel risky. It doesn't have to be something that you keep putting off. It doesn't have to be something that you're afraid of if your foundation is strong. And the best way to create a strong foundation is to have a blueprint. It's to have a plan. And financial planning is a part of that blueprint and a part of that plan. And listen, again, I dig even deeper into the Scratch to Freedom roadmap, so make sure that you train that out. Go ahead and click the description below. Check it out and get started on this financial plan, my love. Get started at least thinking through following these steps, map it all out, build your confidence, understand what you're up against, and then go out there and get it done. Because even if you haven't decided to quit yet, your employer might be deciding to quit you, and you want to be ready if that happens. Until next time, my loves, I will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye. Mwah!